Good morning, all of you. In this session, we are going to start with CSIR NET GRF Chemical Science, June 2015, Part B, Series 3. Okay, this is not Series B. So, Part B, Series 3 is going to be covered in this session. Question number 56 to 70 is going to be covered. Right. Earlier, we completed 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20 question papers of CSIR NET GRF Chemical Science. All these are available on the channel called The World of Competitive Chemistry. Right. So let us discuss about today's topic. Here we have part B of series 3 questions ranges from 56 to 70. So let us enter into our question. Question number 56. An eigenstate of the energy satisfies H indicates Hamiltonian psi n is equal to En psi n in the presence of an extra constant potential V naught. Okay, eigenstate of energy satisfies H psi n is equal to En psi n in the presence of extra constant potential V naught. This is a part of quantum chemistry where in the presence of extra constant potential, what happens? So in the additional constant potential is applied, only magnitude of eigenvalue depends upon energy, but not on the wave function. That's why En will show the impact, but not psi n. That is provided in the option number 3. This is explained based on first order perturbation theory. First order perturbation theory is mainly used for the explanation of this relation between the En psi n and the eigen energy value change. Right? For question number 56, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 57. The intensity of light beam decreased by 50% when it passes through a sample of 1 centimeter path length. Percentage of transmission light passing through the same sample, but 3 centimeter path length would be. Okay, so it is a question based on spectroscopy, Lambert-Beer's law. Right? What is Lambert-Beer's law? A is equal to epsilon CL. Epsilon denotes what? Epsilon denotes intensity of the light beam. C is called concentration. L is nothing but length. Path length can be taken. Okay. If we substitute all these values, intensity, concentration, and the length which are provided, 50% is nothing but here from this we can conclude, we can deduce it's a concentration. 1 centimeter path length is given, that is length, and here 3 centimeters path length is also provided, right? So based on this, it is possible to deduce this A is equal to epsilon CL, so that here there is a relation between absorption and the transmittance. Okay, so absorption and transmittance both are inversely proportional. Both are reciprocal to each other, right? So here increasing the path length 3 times, it will be decreased by 16.5 times. Increasing the path, initially path length is 1 centimeter. By increasing the path length 3 times, so initially 1 centimeter, it rises into 3 centimeter, so that percentage of transmission will be lowered by 12.5. Okay, this is explained based on absorption. A denotes what? Absorption is equal to epsilon concentration and length. A is equal to ECL. Then there is a relation between transmittance and absorption. Both are equal to each other. Right? Now it will be deduced as 12.5. That is provided in option number 4. For question number 57, option number 4 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 58. The electrical dipole allowed a transition among the following. This is a question from spectroscopy. It is a part of spectroscopy. So what are the selection rules of spectroscopy? If we know that it is possible to denote it's a term symbol, right? So here there are 2 certain rules. One is delta A should be 0. That means change in the spin is not allowed in case of this one. In case of this kind of transition, spin change is not allowed. If it is in the positive spin, that means clockwise rotation at ground level, after excitation also, that should be in the positive spin. That means spin state should not be inverted. And when we are taking azimuthal quantum number, it's a value. Parity should be either increased or decreased by only 1 unit. azimuthal or angular quantum number should rise or lowered by only 1 unit. These two are the essential conditions for this kind of transition, right? This kind of transition. Now let us see first one. So what is the first one? 3s turned into 3D, right? So there is a change in term symbol. 3s turned into 3D. So when we see this here, this superscript denotes what? Spin multiplicity, and this S is the L value. L is nothing but angular momentum value. So when it will become S, when L is equal to 0, then it will become S. Then this is the initial state. This is a ground state. After that, it turned into 3D. 3D means spin multiplicity is not varied. Initially 2s plus 1 value is 3. After transition also 2s plus 1 value is 3. That means delta S value is 0. This is allowed. So this is obeyed. Let us go with delta L, whether it's satisfied or not. Here we have S. S denotes what? 0, right? Then D denotes what? D denotes 2. L value is 2. 0 to 2. What is the difference? The difference is 2. How extent it is allowed? Only plus or minus 1 is allowed, but it said that 2 is there. So if you are taking 2, that is not a kind of allowed transition. So first one is not the correct answer based on the selection rule. Only the selection rules are 2. One is spin multiplicity should not be varied. Angular momentum should either increase or decrease by only 1 unit. Let us go with second option, 3s to 3p. If we see the spin multiplicity, here 3 is there, here also 3 is there. Means there is no change in the spin multiplicity. So here first condition got satisfied. Let us go with this angular momentum value. S and P. S denotes what? 0. P denotes what? 1. 0 to 1. How extent it changed? Only 1 unit change is observed. That indicates what? So there is a change of 1 unit. Hence both the selection rules got obeyed by this kind of transition, 3s to 3p. Hence you can say this is a kind of transition which is allowed in the spectrum, right? For question number 58, option 2 is the correct answer. If we go with remaining third and fourth, these two also becomes not allowed. Let us see with these also. 3s to 1d. So here spin value is changed. Here we have 3, here 1. That is not obeyed because delta should not changed, right? So here it is not obeyed. And even if we go with L value, S to D nothing but 0 to 2. 0 to 2 is also not allowed. Spin not allowed, and even L value also not allowed. Both got voided here. So it is not at all correct answer. And let us consider the last option, 3 to 1. What about spin multiplicity? There is a difference. So here the violation in the spin value. And S to F. S denotes 0, F denotes 3. So here difference is 3. Difference 3 is not at all permitted here. That's why both the spin selection rules got violated. So this kind of transition is also not obeyed. Only the possible allowed transition is 3s to 3p. For question number 58, option number 2 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 59. It is a part of group theory. The product C2x sigma xy, where C2 denotes what? Twofold rotation axis and x around the x-axis. Twofold axis of rotation will be there around the x-axis, that is C2 x-axis. And sigma xy is the xy mirror plane. Sigma denotes what? Plane of symmetry. Where plane of symmetry is there? Towards xy plane, that kind of plane is inclined. Okay, so when these two are there, the product of these two will be sigma xz. The product of these two should be xz, because here we have x orientation of the C2 axis, and this C2 axis x oriented and z axis also come into the picture. So because here we have the product of C2x and sigma xy can be evaluated reflecting in the xz axis. Okay, always C2 axis will be reflected, right? So it is not the mirror plane. So it is not the exact identical. That should be kept with a hypothetical line, and the reflection can be carried. If we go with xy, that will be reflected as sigma sigma xz. Reflection will be carried with sigma xz. So that's the reason why correct answer will be option number 1. For question number 59, option number 1 is the correct answer, right? Let us move on to question number 60. The simplest ground state valency band wave function of diatomic molecule like hydrochloric acid is written as psi is equal to psi h 1s1 psi cl 3pz2 plus b. Here is the term. Another term will be there. Here psi denotes what? Wave function of the given molecule HCl. Here two kind of orientations are possible in accordance with the valency bond theory. And here always this should be considered at the ground level in accordance with our problem. In that case, a simple postulates of valency bond theory denotes that linear combination of atomic orbitals are possible. Atomic orbitals are inclined on the same plane so that linearly they are combining and subsequent molecular orbital formations are possible, right? So first two terms implies covalent bonding first electron of hydrogen with second electron of chlorine. Another combination is possible that is interchanging their position. So here we have 1s1 that will become 1s2, 3pz2 that will become 3pz1. So interchanging their positions. So second possibility will be there, that is the option B. So in option number 2 that is provided for question number 60, option number 2 is the correct answer, right? This is explained based on valency bond theory. Here is the combination: 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen, 3pz atomic orbital of chlorine got combined linearly so that molecular orbital will be generated. Probable inclination will be two possibilities. One is psi h 1s1 psi cl 3pz2 plus psi h 1s2 psi cl 3pz1. So these two probabilities are present. So for question number 60, option number 2 is the correct answer. Let us move on to 61. Heat capacity of the species is independent of temperature. If it is, okay. So heat capacity can be considered for the system having tetraatomic, triatomic, diatomic, monoatomic. We are taking the temperature dependency and heat capacity of the system having different kind of atoms in the molecule, right? So if we take only one monomer, let us assume it is a noble gas. So in that case, what kind of transitions are possible? Only translational degrees of freedom are present. They only participate in translational degrees of freedom, right? So here, variation of heat capacity with the temperature can be ignored. So translational degrees of freedom are infinitesimal in nature. They doesn't require any external energy. Being these are low energy kind of transition, very closely occupied, so that external energy is not required. Those are said to be temperature independent. The temperature effect can be ignored. However, diatomic and higher gaseous species when considered, there is a possibility of rotational, vibrational kind of motions. In order to vibrate the molecule and rotate, we have to supply the extra temperature. If that temperature is provided, electron will be excited to next level. So in that case, rotational, vibrational, any other electronic kind of transitions are associated with temperature change. But translational degrees, being these are smaller or infinitesimal kind of transitions, we can ignore the effect of temperature upon them, right? So here monoatomic gases are associated with translational degree. Tetra, tri, di, all kind of polyatomic, more than one atom when present, there is a possibility of rotational followed by vibrational kind of transitions, right? So for question number 61, option number 4 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 62. In a chemical reaction, we are taking phosphorus pentachloride gaseous system. Now it can be in equilibrium with phosphorus trichloride gaseous plus chlorine gaseous species. All these systems, PCl5, PCl3, both are said to be better chlorinating agents. Now we are going to perform this kind of decomposition. PCl5 being it is pentavalent phosphorus decomposed into trivalent by releasing one of the chlorine gas. So it is added with xenon gas at a constant volume. Here the matter is constant volume. At this condition, what is the equilibrium? The equilibrium will shift towards reactant, will shift towards product, will not change the amount of reactant in product, will increase the both reactant and product. What we are adding? We are adding inert gas. Xenon being is the inert gas, when added to the system, equilibrium will not be influenced. Why? Because when the inert gas added to the equilibrium system at constant volume, here the condition is volume is constant, it's said to be isochoric nature. If volume constant called isochoric, pressure constant called isobaric, temperature constant called isothermal. We can say this is a kind of isochoric system. Total pressure will be increased because we kept the volume constant. There is another variable called the pressure will be raised, right? So here concentration of the product and the reactant of their molar ratio will not change. Only variation is observed in the pressure, but the concentration remains same. Being volume constant, we can't say there is a change in concentration, right? So hence the inert gas added to the system will not impact the equilibrium because of the constant volume system, and the equilibrium will not be affected. That is provided in the option number 3. For question number 62, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 63. The temperature dependence of the reaction is given by K is equal to AT square experimental minus E naught by RT. It is a kind of Arrhenius equation, right? The activation energy EA of the reaction is given by, activation energy is given by EA value to be predicted. At high temperature, gas-phase kinetic system, temperature dependence equation is given as K is equal to A into T in experimental minus EA by RT. This is the equation provided within the problem, right? Activation energy at a given temperature can be calculated from the slope curve, derivative temperature curve. So that can be taken in this manner. Based on this, it is simplified that EA is equal to nRT plus E naught. So it's very simple, nRT plus E naught. From this data, we can clearly deduce that half is not an integer value. We can discard this. E naught is not a system what we obtained from this. And this is the 2 E naught plus RT is not at all possible. Only the possibility is E naught plus nRT. N can be substituted with any integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have E naught plus 2 RT. So it is a kind of system where activation energy of Arrhenius equation will depend, right? So for question number 63, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 64. Again, it is a part of physical chemistry and chemical kinetic system. For a reaction, 2A plus B gives rise to 3Z. If the rate of consumption of A is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 mole decimeter minus 3 centimeter, second inverse, the rate of formation of Z in mole decimeter minus 3 second inverse will be, okay? For the reaction is provided. So if we consider whole reaction, it is considered as a what? Third order reaction. With respect to A, second order; with respect to B, first order. Entire will be third order reaction, right? In the system, what we have to predict? The rate of formation of Z. Rate of formation of Z to be predicted. For that purpose, the equation is 2A plus B gives rise to 3Z, right? So here, within the system, it is provided that 12A dt is equal to dB by dt is equal to 13 dZ by dt. Here is the differential with respect to time. Differential with respect to time was taken. 12A by dt is equal to dB by dt is equal to 13 dZ by dt. So now concentration of Z, nothing but rate of formation of Z is equal to 32 into A. It is taken as 32 into A. A is nothing but consumption of A, which is given as 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Then we can multiply 32 with 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. That is given as 32 into 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. After the multiplication, it will become 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. So 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 is provided in option number 1. For question number 64, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to 65. Dominant contribution to the escaping tendency of charged particle with the uniform concentration in the phase depends upon. dominant contribution to the escaping tendency of charged particle with the uniform concentration in the phase depends upon. So escaping tendency mainly depends upon the electrical potential that is given by the equation pi is equal to delta W infinity gives rise to A dq. Q denotes what? Electrical potential. So this mainly depends upon, escaping tendency mainly depends upon electrical potential that is provided in option number 2. For question number 65, option number 2 is the correct answer. Is a part of electrochemistry. Now let us move on to question number 66. The intrinsic viscosity depends upon the molar mass. Neta is equal to Km to the power A. The empirical constant K and A are dependent on. This is the question from polymer chemistry. And neta is equal to K into M to the power A denotes what? Viscosity average molar mass determination. How many type of molar mass determinations are there in the polymer chemistry? We have 4 kind of molar mass determination. One is called number average, second is called weight average, third is called viscosity average, fourth is called Z average molar mass determination. Now, when N is equal to K into M to the power A denotes what? Viscosity average molar mass formula, which is given by the scientist called Mark-Honig. This is known as Mark-Honig equation, right? That is called Mark-Honig equation. In this equation, what they are asking for? The value of K and A. Here, K and A said to be constant terms and they mainly depends upon 2 factors. One is polymer, second is solvent system, what we are applying for polymerization, right? So Ka values mainly depends upon polymer as well as solvent system used in this polymerization process, right? For question number 66, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to 67. It is a part of thermodynamics. The correct delta G for the cell reaction involving zinc gives rise to Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. Copper plus 2 electrons gives rise to copper. It is a simple galvanic cell we are taking, right? So whenever delta G is considered, the equation will be delta G plus RT ln Zn activity of Zn plus 2 by activity of copper plus 2. Sometimes we can take activity, we can replace activity with concentration also, right? So the exact equation for this Gibbs free energy is delta G plus RT ln activity Zn plus 2 by activity copper plus 2, right? So that is given in the option number 4. For question number 16, option 4 is, let us move on to question number 68. The lowest energy state of atom with electronic configuration NS1, NP1 has the turn symbol. It is a part of group theory where we are applying the turn symbol. Turn symbol is generally denoted with 2s plus 1 L, subscript will be J. 2s plus 1 is called, this is called spin multiplicity. L is called term symbol. J is called total angular momentum. What is J? Total angular momentum, right? Here, what is system is given? NS1 NP1 system is given. In case of NS1 NP1 system, contribute half spin plus half plus half, it will become 1. So spin value will become 1. So when we apply the spin multiplicity formula, 2s plus 1, 2 into 1 plus 1, it will become 3. 2s plus 1 value will be 3 here. Then let us depict L value, angular momentum value. NS1 NP1, S orbital L value will be 0, P orbital L value will be 1. For atomic turn symbol, S denotes 0, P denotes 1. 0 plus 1, it will become 1, right? So if L is equal to 1, that turn symbol becomes P. L is equal to 1, term symbol becomes P. L is equal to 0S, L is equal to 1P, L is equal to 2D, L is equal to 3F. In that manner, we can assign term symbol for the atoms, right? L is equal to 1 denotes P. P is the term symbol. Then what we have to give 2S plus 1 value should be the superscript. What is the superscript value? 2S plus 1 value will be 3, right? So here superscript will be taken as 3. P is the term symbol. Now J value. J is nothing but total angular momentum. If less than half filled system is there, L minus S will be taken as the J value. More than half filled, we have to take L plus S value. So here, being it is NS1, NP1, both the are less than half filled only. We can go with L minus S. L minus S, what is L? L is 1 here. Then what is S? S also 1. 1 minus 1, it will become what? 0. So here, entire term symbol will be 3p0. That is provided in the option number 4. For question number 68, option number 4 is the correct answer. Fourth option is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 69. Again, it is a part of physical chemistry. So, gaseous state. Energy of the interaction colloidal particles as the function of distance separation can be identified van der Waal, double layer, van der Waal and double layer. Correct order of interactions in the figure corresponds to the curves. Here, one of the curve is there which is denoted with A. Second curve, this is denoted with B, and this is the third curve. Here, van der Waal interaction, double layer interactions, and van der Waal as well as double layer interaction. These three are possible, right? These three are possible. Now, A, B, C respectively. Which curve denotes what? Which curve denotes what? Van der Waal interactions are nothing but if dipoles are not there, if atoms are very weakly interacting, that is said to be van der Waal interaction. There is no polarization of molecule. Double layer is nothing but at the surface, charged particles, positive and negatively charged particles are generated. That is said to be double layer. If both are operated cumulatively, that is called van der Waal as well as double layer. Right here, A denotes 2. 2 is a double layer. This A denotes double layer, and B denotes what? B denotes van der Waal as well as double layer. Van der Waal as well as double layer. It's only van der Waal. The C denotes only van der Waal because already we know van der Waal forces of interactions are always weak. So always the energy will be lesser for van der Waal kind of interactions. That's why it is indicated less than the barycenter. And next level will be combination, right? So here, third one, that is van der Waal as well as double layer will be taken as B. And higher energy level will be imparted for this double layer. So that will be double layer is imparted for this A. So that is option number 2. Option number 2 is the correct answer for question number 69. Let us move on to question number 70. It is the question from solid state chemistry where packing fraction PF and the number of atomic sites per a unit cell for FCC crystal. FCC denotes what? Phase centered cubic, right? Phase centered cubic is depicted here. All three structures are given. One is called BCC, second is called FCC, and this is called HCP, hexagonal close packing. So now we are discussing about this FCC. For this FCC, phase centered cubic, we have to depict a packing fraction and number of atoms per the unit cell. So for this purpose, we have a formula. So in order to determine number of atoms, there is a formula. How many corners are there within the molecule? How many corners are there within the molecule? For FCC, this is FCC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many? 8 corners are there, and each corner contribute 8. Each corner contribute 1 by 8. 8 into 1 by 8 plus how many phases are present in the FCC? How many phases? Let us see the correct structure of FCC here. Right? FCC is consisting one phase, second phase, third phase, fourth phase. At the bottom, you can find one more phase. Backside any other. Total 6 phases will be present in phase centered cubic. How many? 6 phases will be there in FCC. Okay. So each phase contributed with 2. Each phase contributed with 2 atoms, so that it is taken as 1 by 2. 8 into 1 by 8, 8 denotes number of corners present in the FCC. and each corner contribute 1/8 atom plus number of phases present in FCC are 6 into each phase contribute 1/2 atom, so that 8 get cancelled, 2 3s. So total number of atoms 3 plus 1, it will be 4. In case of FCC, number of atoms are 4. Number of atoms are 4. So number of atoms 4 provided in option number 3 and 4. There is a possibility of third or fourth one. Let us calculate packing fraction. What will be the formula for packing fraction? Packing fraction is equal to volume occupied by the particle by volume of the unit cell. Volume occupied by the particle is 4, right? 4 particles will be there in the FCC unit cell. 4 into 43 pi r cube a cube. This is the empirical formula. This is the empirical formula for the prediction of packing fraction. What is the formula? 4 into 43 pi r cube a cube will be taken. If we substitute all the values, it will be taken as 74%, right? So 4 into 43 pi r cube a cube is given as 74%, right? 74, if we indicate in the decimal values, it will be taken as 0.74. So 4 is the number of atoms in FCC, and the number of packing fraction will be taken as 0.74. Okay, that is provided in option number 4. For question number 70, option number 4 is the correct answer. By this, we completed part B of June 2015. It was made into 3 different series. In the series 1, 15 questions, series 2, 20 questions, series 3, 15 questions have been covered. Hope that this will be helpful for you. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you one and all.